Daddy, I remember when I was 14, we'd just finished watching an episode of Roots, and I asked you where our family came from, and you told me that one of our relatives, just a couple of generations back, was white. Is that right?
Yeah. My grandfather, my great-grandfather is white.
Could you tell me anything else about him?
His father was a slave master from England. So he came to Hillsbrook in Hanover and he bought some property there.
How do you feel about having a great-grandfather who was white from England and the son of a slave owner?
We was very proud.
We were very proud, and we're still proud about it
Of
because,
course,
you know,
we do.
we're proud to know that our ancestors was of different race.
Yeah.
And because they was white, they was successful people. And then we grew up, we want to be successful too.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud to be a Beckford.
Yes.
Because they're honest working class people, very honest people, like to be on top, like to be leaders,
Yes.
like to be people to respect them.
Do you think, therefore, it's worth me keeping the Beckford name despite it being a slave name?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Keep that name.
That name.
Why? Tell me why you think I should...
Because there is our grandparents.
It's our grandparents.
And then they grows up the right way.
Yes.
You see?
They taught us to respect
People.
people and respect the family. And if we come up, you will hear us say, cousin Buller.
The amazing thing about talking to Leonard Maud was that they were so positive about the Beckford name. They seemed to feel it was a really good thing for them to have, and in particular the fact that they had a great-grandfather who was white was a real prestige for them. They felt, you know, it was a really good thing. It made me feel rather uncomfortable. I felt that they were really living out a Jamaican fantasy, you know, being very dark-skinned people but being able to claim to have a light or white great-grandfather. That doesn't necessarily work the same way for me in England because I don't have that kind of need to be able to say I had a great-grandfather who was white and feel that that's going to bring me some kind of benefit in the present.
Robert is still looking for his white ancestors. Rose Hall shows how the plantation-owning Beckfords would have lived in the 18th century.
Well, it reveals the kind of profits and money that was generated from the slave trade and the lifestyle that the people were able to live as a result. The slave owners lived a fantastic lifestyle.
Jamaica's Anglican Cathedral is the White Beckfords' last resting place. The family enslaved thousands of Africans, Robert's ancestors among them. Robert's Christian faith tells him that he should try to reconcile himself with the slave owners. But he finds that a Jamaican church still gives slave masters pride of place.
I felt really angry. I wanted to spit on the grave because these people represent the oppression of my people. They're the ones who worked my ancestors to death, raped many of the women, and then had the audacity to, you know, get buried in the front of a church. And it kind of reveals the church's complicity with the terror of slavery. By having them buried there at the front, it somehow, it kind of cleans up, you know, purifies the wickedness that actually took place.